Hi there, it's Paul here from the Open Mind Institute. I hope you're keeping well. I'm doing this video to share with you a very fascinating concept I recently came across. And I guess what's in it for you is that it will help you to bring deliberate awareness to your authenticity that will then enable you to not only get the best out of your human ecosystem, if you're a leader or a business owner, but it will also cement your capacity to authentically connect with people in your personal life. And I think that's one of the cornerstones of what makes life worth living is the connection that we share with our loved ones, with our friends, with the people around us. So let me share with you what I recently came across. It's a law steeped in physics. It's called the law of constructive interference. So destructive interference is when you have an interference pattern where it correlates to some sort of distortion, right? You think of two stones thrown into a pond simultaneously. You get this rippling interference pattern, as you do when it comes to sound waves, right? If two speakers are fairly close to each other, you experience a distortion. So that is a deconstructive interference pattern. But a constructive pattern occurs when two wavelengths of an equal length come together. And what transpires is an amplification of amplitude. In other words, the strength, the frequency of those two waves coming together, if they are of equal length, will double in strength. Now, this is where it gets really interesting because we can apply this principle to human conversation, to the projection of emotions. And this is confirmed by a German study that they called SPANE, SPANE, which stands for the Scale of Positive and Negative Experience. And what they found, they had, I think it was a study of a few hundred people. They put them in a room, and they measured the emission, the frequency of certain emotions, right? And you would think emotions like anger or love might have the strongest frequency, but what it was in essence was authenticity. Now, I want you to reflect on that word, authenticity. What does it mean to be authentic? What does it mean to you? I mean, straight away, the thought I have is someone who is genuine, someone who is in alignment with their values, in alignment with what they're thinking, what they're saying. And that in essence is what it entails, right? If someone is projecting information that is truthful and they believe in what they are saying, then that amounts to authenticity. So that then beckons the question, what can we do to consciously bring a great deal of awareness to our authenticity? It almost becomes a bit of a flow state. When you're authentic, or if you're experiencing someone being authentic towards you, it really helps to cement this bond of connectivity. Yeah. So what can we do to deliberately bring about our authenticity? Well, I've put together a framework I want to share with you. It's as easy as remembering these three letters: BPS. That's the acronym BPS, and this is what it stands for. So the B is in relation to broad, and what I mean by that is you need to verbalize in a broad objective sense the connection that you have with others, right? The unshakable truths that we have, that we experience as human beings. For instance, we all experience fear, setback, failure, judgment. Yeah, this is something we can all relate to. So B stands for broad, right? You make a statement or an observation or share an insight that amounts to an unshakable truth that we all can relate to. The P stands for personal. Then we zoom into the individual. And this is where it's incumbent upon you to ask some questions through the lens of curiosity that will really encourage that person on a personal level to start thinking, to start the introspection process. So an example might be, so if we all have fear of judgment, what is it that you fear the most about the way you might be perceived? Yeah, so that's the P. Very subjective in nature, I know, but I guess P can also stand for practice, right? Practice questions that gets people to think on a personal level. And harnessing that lens of curiosity will always help you with that. And then that takes us to the S. S stands for share. Share a vulnerability. Yeah, in your communication with others, allow people in. Express when you have failed. Express when you have been on the receiving end of adverse judgment, right? We're all human. And when you're vulnerable, you give the other person the permission to share and to explore their vulnerability. But by doing so, you are also creating this very strong, authentic connection. So that's BPS. I want you to practice that. And the last thing I want to tell you, that authenticity is also conveyed through your delivery, right? So make sure you're entirely present in the moment. You have healthy eye contact. You have strong body language. Use BPS. Explore your authenticity, because by doing this, you are cultivating your unique, authentic frequency. Think of it like playing an instrument. Practice makes perfect. That's all from me. My name's Paul. Always keep an open mind and stay tuned for further videos. Thank you.